The Dancing Plague of 1518 was a bizarre phenomenon that took place in Strasbourg, a city in what is now France, in the summer of 1518. During a period of several weeks, hundreds of people from all walks of life inexplicably began dancing for no apparent reason that caused the deaths of several individuals. The incident has come to be known as one of the most perplexing and mysterious incidents in medical history and remains a subject of fascination to this day. The origins of the Dancing Plague are still the subject of much debate among historians and medical professionals. Most agree that the outbreak had its roots in a combination of social, psychological, and physiological factors, but the precise nature of these factors remains unclear. Some have suggested that the mania may have been caused by mass hysteria or religious fervor, while others have pointed to potential environment or dietary factors. One of the most detailed and contemporary accounts of the Dancing Plague comes from Dr. Johann von Carrion, a physician who lived in Strasbourg at the time of the outbreak. In his chronicle, Carrion describes how a woman named Frau Troffea first began dancing uncontrollably in the streets on July 14, 1518. Initially, it was assumed that the dancing was the result of some kind of demonic possession or supernatural influence, and members of the clergy were called in to try to exorcise the woman. However, it quickly became apparent that Frau Troffea was not alone in her mania. Within days, dozens of other individuals had joined in the dancing, with crowds of onlookers gathering to watch the spectacle. The dancers continued to sway and twirl for hours on end, often collapsing from exhaustion, but suddenly refused to stop despite their growing physical exhaustion. As the days passed and the numbers of dancers continued to multiply, many began to fall seriously ill from dehydration, exhaustion, and other physical ailments. Several individuals even died as a result of the mania, collapsing from exhaustion or suffering heart failure due to the exertions of their frenzied dance. Despite these grim developments, the dancers continued to fill the streets of Strasbourg, with new individuals constantly joining in until the outbreak finally began to dissipate around September of that year. The reasons behind the Dancing Plague of 1518 remains subject of much speculation, but a number of theories have been put forward to explain the phenomenon. One of the most prominent of these theories involved the role of ergot, a type of fungus that grows on rye and other grains and is known to have psychoactive and hallucinogenic properties. Some researchers have suggested that the consumption of bread or other foods contaminated with ergot may have been responsible for the mass hallucinations that led to the dancing mania. Another theory posits that the Dancing Plague was the result of mass hysteria or religious fervor, with individuals possibly becoming swept up in a wave of excitement or emotion that caused them to lose control of their physical responses. Such episodes of collective hysteria have been documented throughout history, from the Salem witch trials to the more recent Pokemon panic, in which Japanese children were said to be suffering from seizures and fainting spells caused by playing the popular video game. A third theory suggests that the Dancing Plague may have been brought on by a form of social contagion, with individuals joining in the dancing simply because they saw others doing so and felt compelled to join in. This type of contagion has been observed in other phenomena, such as the tulip mania in the 17th century Holland, in which a massive number of people suddenly became obsessed with buying and selling tulip bulbs, driving prices to absurd heights before the bubble finally burst. Regardless of the precise causes of the Dancing Plague, the incident has come to be seen as a poignant reminder of the precarious nature of human psychology and behavior. In an era before modern medicine and psychology, the people of Strasbourg were left to grapple with a terrifying and inexplicable phenomenon that threatened to unravel the fabric of their society. The fact that hundreds of seemingly healthy and rational individuals could suddenly become possessed by this singular compulsion with no apparent rhyme or reason speaks to the power of the human psyche and the strange, unpredictable ways in which it can manifest itself. While the dancing plague of 1518 may seem like an isolated and rare occurrence, there are many examples throughout history of similar episodes of collective mania or delusion, from instances of group fainting or seizures to mass hypnotic states and even larger-scale fan crazes. There are countless examples of the ways in which human behavior can become distorted and amplified through the power of social contagion. In many cases, these episodes of collective hysteria or mania are fueled by a mix of psychological and physiological factors, with individuals often feeling a powerful urge to act in certain ways even in the absence of any clear external cause or trigger. This suggests that the human mind is often subject to forces beyond our control, and that our individual experiences and emotions are often deeply intertwined with the broader social and cultural milieu in which we find ourselves. Ultimately, the dancing plague of 1518 remains a testament to the strange and unpredictable nature of human psychology, and a reminder of the important role that culture and environment play in shaping our epistemology and mode of behavior. Although we may never know the true causes of the phenomenon, the lingering legacy of the dancing plague serves as an important reminder of the limits our knowledge and understanding of the strange and sometimes terrifying forces that can drive human behavior.